So we had a lot of consolidation. So I was really looking at this as a range. So I like to base my trades. You know, you can kind of travel around the world. We're gonna be looking at GUs. Let me close this out real quick just in case. So if you guys see, I was looking at AJ right now, and it let me know to go ahead and close XPX. So as I was saying, looking around the world, you can kind of follow based off of the dollar pairs, AJ. You can kind of travel around the world and see what all pairs are going to be doing what. Um, so we were kind of eyeing AJ on yesterday's call, seeing that it was ranging on this 1 hour, wasn't breaking these areas. I know that 7,400 is a round number. It's a good area that where, you know, you can see here that the big boys or institutions come into play, but they have to play around these areas or these round numbers. So we did get had a couple of, no, we didn't have a stop hit. We're still in this trade with some drawdown right now, but it pushed up a lot higher than what I was expecting. So when I seen it come to this area, got a little bit of a rejection. Took the short down, but not just shorting this. I shorted XPX, I shorted GU, um, shorted EU, and working my way out of drawdown. So that's the main thing I want to kind of highlight tonight is that trade management is key. Even when you're in drawdown, you want to be able to make sure that you're risking correctly, so you're able to, um, you know, add more trades as you know it kind of positions in a direction you were looking for. Because the markets don't go just in one single route. Sometimes you'll have you know a good move, a nice setup, and the market kind of retests the level or pushes against you. Kind of something similar here. We got the breakthrough. We think it was going to keep going down. We were up about 40, 50 pips. The market shot up real heavy on some optimism in the market. So we got back to a single point. We added in position, we added in size, and we caught a nice move down that was paid us for our losing trades. So that in itself is a big move in the market over, you know, just trying to find the perfect setup or technicals. When I do see this now, I am starting to see that we're having a down trend. So we gonna continue to play this. We may see tonight, we'll see an increase in volatility, and we should go ahead and just start getting our big breakdown. So we have a nice pattern here. We're starting to get higher highs, higher lows. We had a nice trend, uptrend. The uptrend has stopped, it's been broken, retested. Nice retest, came back down. It was a higher low, or excuse me, a lower high, and now we're kind of off to the races. So now we can jump down to our smaller time frame, and we see nice move down. We can even get a retracement going to see how far this move is retraced. Pull out our Fibos, but I'll go ahead and tell you it's probably about a 23, 23, 1, or no, excuse me, coming from top to bottom about a 38. So you're right about the 38 retracement of the upside move. So we're getting a bounce up. We're probably gonna see a move back up into this 23 and looking to continue to drop. That's gonna be one scenario. The other scenario would be for this to bounce and continue up. But the momentum of these candles and the volume coming in, I don't think we're gonna keep on pushing up. I think we're gonna go ahead and get a rollover. So we look back at the higher time frames, and when we look back at the higher time frames, we're seeing the rollover. We got kind of odd looking head and shoulders. Got a nice rollover, starting at higher lows, higher highs. Got a nice, it's gonna be a pin bar. So it was a green light for us to take that down. So there's a few trades in the group, the alerts group that we're still holding, and we should be able to get those into profit, and we'll add some more positions later on tonight. and see if we can go ahead and this may be the start of the midweek reversal. We may have got an early reversal and try to ride this thing out for the remainder of the week. We look at the daily chart here, stochastics, rock starting to give us a little volatility. Starting to get a turn down. Might get ready to go ahead and add some more positions here in about 8 minutes. Let this candle finish. So I'll open the flow. Before we'll probably jump into some divergence or something today. Anybody have any questions on what I was looking for or why this market kind of flipped today? We like to follow our fundamentals, so they give us kind of clues on what's going on. So we see a good technical setup. Okay, that was a big thing right there. That's what was pushing trade dealers over with. So besides the technicals, one of the house advisors are saying that it's the turning point. January 15 is full 2 months of the virus was out and about. Right, big news and huge risk off. So that caused a flip in the market right here. This is what caused everything to flip around. So investors going to be worried right now, fear in the market, and we're going to be able to short AJ, anything JPY. Be looking for a short. Look for USD to gain strength. Look for the stock market to start pulling back, retracing. So as you guys see, I got a few moving pieces, but it gets a lot simpler in your analysis. And then you'll do your chart work and you'll kind of look at the sentiment with looking at these things like these news releases. And then they give you a direction like, okay, maybe I don't want to keep on trying to buy it when he just declared the trade deal is over with. All right, and we'll kind of scale back and I'll show you guys a good starting point on some things to look for. One big thing I like is they're going to be called pin bar candles. And I do have a full walkthrough on the YouTube channel explaining these. But you want to get a pin bar after a bullish candle. You want to see that long wick there. And then it's typically followed by a nice candle here. This is also a 3 candle pattern, but this is a good sign of a flip in the market or a pivot point. So we'll see if we can find one on the chart real quick. And we basically had one on GU here. Had a bullish candle. It's 4 hour, we have a bullish candle. Got price coming up, nice little pin bar. You get to move down. If you wanted to find this earlier, well, you didn't get it on the 1 hour, but you did get that signal on the 4 hour. This 1 hour it gave you a nice engulfing. So you can see what that pattern looks like. Remember, the market is fractal, so it goes from the smaller time frames, and what happens here typically works its way up to the higher time frames. So That's a good candle pattern to start looking for is pin bars. One more time, something like this. This will be a portion. You see the trend line coming up. You notice how they have pin bars, or you can even call them. Some of them look kind of like hammers here. So those are good entry points. Price come up, come back. You see a pin bar, take it to follow the trend. Pin bar, take it to follow the trend. You can also see the reversals. You got the bullish candle, pin bar, bearish. Wouldn't necessarily took this with the wick, but you can see how you can get pin bars on the top and the bottom, and you kind of get wavy. I like to call it wavy. You'll be able to catch both sides of the trade depending on the time frame. You notice how they're on a daily, sets it up so you can be able to, zoom in and catch potential scalps that turn into longer positions intraday or potentially even swing trades. So those are a few market mechanics. I'll open up the floor. Did anybody have any questions on anything we looked at real quick? I'm not gonna take too much of y'all time. I just want to jump on. All right. Well, if anybody's here new to the group, you can find us at King Visions. King Visions on all forms of social media, Telegram, Instagram, our Pips Overpass. Send this recording to the group, and you guys feel free to contact me if you have any questions.